Hey there, I'm John Cox with Board Game Geek, and today we have another John,
Yep.
John Clare, and we're looking at Space Base. So you designed this one, and what's going on here?
Yeah, so Space Base is it's a dice engine builder game where you have your own tableau and you're trying to make it synergize in a way that makes the most sense.
All right.
So my favorite way to teach this is to just kind of start and explain what I'm doing as I go.
Sounds good.
So on your turn, you roll 2 dice. Okay, I rolled a 1 and a 3. So I can choose to use the 2 dice individually for the 1 effect and the 3 effect, or I can use them for a single 4 effect.
All right.
So my board has 12 sectors, 1 through 12. So my 1 effect would get me 1 coin, which would push this up. And my 3 effect would get me another coin, which would push that up. Or I could take my 4 effect, which would get me, in this case, 1 victory point for that. But I'm going to take the 2 money.
All right.
Okay? So now I'm done, and I can buy a card. This is the marketplace from which I can buy. Cost is here, so let's say I want this one. This card cost me 7, but it doesn't. That's more like a threshold cost. You always spend all of your money.
Got it.
This just, you just have to have that much to be able to buy it, and then you spend everything.
Got it.
This is the sector it goes in, so it would replace my current 7 sector card, and the current card would swing around and tuck in like so.
Okay.
Now, why are there things up top? So the next player would then take their turn, right? On other players' turns, so somebody rolls. On other players' turns, you get to use the dice in the same way, independent of their choice.
Okay.
However, the bonuses you get for your sectors are the cards above your board. So in this case, a 3 and a 2 were rolled by, say, you, right,
Yep.
on your turn. So I could get either a 2-sector and a 3-sector ability, which in this case gives me nothing.
Right.
Are we still in?
I think so. We're good. We're good.
Would get me nothing. Or I could get a 5-sector bonus, which would give me this 1 coin.
All right.
So I'm paying attention to everyone's turn as they go because I'm going to potentially be benefiting stuff, right?
All right.
And then these cards stack, right? So if later in the game I buy another 5-sector card, right, it would replace this one and this would tuck under, and now I get multiple things when I roll, when somebody else rolls a 5, right?
Okay. Okay.
So that's the core of the game. And then the strategy comes in when you've got, when you're trying to figure out how to generate points. So the blue cube tracks your victory points. We're going to 40 points. It's a race. And there's a number of ways you can try to get there. So some of these cards will just give you points. So this goes in your 11 sector card.
Yep.
Right? 11 sector spot on your board, and it gives you 6 every time you hit it.
Yeah.
But 7s aren't, or 11s aren't particularly likely to be rolled.
Of course.
Right? So this would go here. Great. So now I'm rooting for 11s. And it's on my board, so I only get it when I roll. Right? So if we're in a 4-player game, I might want to try buy a new 11 so that I can get it flipped up here. And now I get 4 points when other people roll 11s, right?
Yes.
Other ways to do it, so let's see. Oh, perfect. So this effect goes in my 10 sector spot.
Okay.
Okay. So this would go right here, like so, if I bought that. Now this has arrows on it, right? So if I roll a 10, this ability means I can get either my 9 or my 11. So now I've made my 11 twice as likely to hit. I could even get this 9 sector card here to start chaining them into it.
Oh, cool.
Right? So this could be a strategy I build up, right?
Right.
Then you have some effects like this one. So this has charge cubes on it. So when I roll a 7, I get to put a charge cube on it.
All right.
When I've got it all filled up, I can spend the charge cubes to do the ability. In this case, I take all cards in my 9 sector and swap them with all cards in my 4 sector.
Oh.
So if I power up the 9 with a bunch of really strong abilities and then swap it into the 4, which is way more likely to be rolled because you get to use the individual dice.
Right.
Right. Then I can start powering down the victory point track. So there's different ways you want to work. You're going to try to synergize sort of your engine you're building on your board.
Sure.
And try to execute that faster than your opponents.
Cool. All right. So what's the release date looking like for this one?
So this one's going to be mid-April.
Okay.
MSRP is $39.99. It plays 2 to 5 players.
Okay.
The 2-player game is around a half hour, give or take, right? And then the 5-player game is around an hour, give or take. So 3 and 4 are in between that range.
Sure.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot, John.
There it is.